So you can play ball at the Y or you can play ball in the NBA. You told me you're going to graduate college in 4 years and you did it. But you told me you're going to play in the NBA. I want to ask this question, son. Do you believe you're good enough to play in the NBA? My bottom lip started to twitch. My whole face started to spasm up. But Dad, I never started in college, but Dad, I got school on my foot, but we're in the coronavirus. I don't like Zoom. I don't like going over the computer. I like to meet face to face. Be committed to the goal, not the journey. Be committed to the result. Adversity will increase your value if you let it. So do you believe you're good enough to play in the NBA? And I thought about it. Well, if I didn't get hurt, I thought about it. Yes, Dad, I do. I do think I'm good enough. Confidence is the number one factor in anyone's success. Tom Brady was a 6th-round pick. They might have said, he's a 6th-round pick. He couldn't even really win a job in college. He's going to lead the game, the greatest quarterback ever. Lesson number 1, sharks never stop moving forward or they die. He said, son, if you think you're good enough, go get it. Go get it, son. Go get it. I got your back, son. Go get it. As I tell you my story, I want you to think about your legacy. As I tell you my story, I want you to think about what do you need to do to take your game to the next level. Yes, I played in the NBA. Now I know some of you guys at home are thinking to yourself, well, you know what, I watched the NBA, Walter Bond, I never heard of him. Well, I never heard of you either. But here's the truth. My dad was a 6'6", 240-pound high school principal. And he had a message every day we left the house. Go get it, son. Go get it. That was his philosophy for life. Go get it, son. Go get it, son. Go get it. I'm the youngest of 3 kids, and I remember report card day. My brother and sister would skip all the way home. They couldn't wait to show mom and dad their grades. Not me. I'm the youngest. I'm the baby. I would walk home real slow. Report card day wasn't fun for me. My brother would sit down and pass the grades across the table, and my mom would say, great job, Jamea. Great job, Louis. So proud of you. Okay, Walter. Let us take a look. I would slide my grades across the table, and I would cry before they arrived. And Mom would say, baby, are they that bad? It got so bad I flunked out of my first high school. When I flunked out of that school, it was the first time I failed in anything in my life, because in sports, I was a straight A student. Baseball, straight A, baby. I batted over 500 in high school. I set a playoff record. I struck out 17 batters in a playoff game, and there's only 21 outs. I was straight A in baseball, straight A in basketball, straight A in football. But in school, I didn't care about school. So when I flunked out of my first high school, it was the first time I failed. I had to leave all my friends. I was embarrassed, I was ashamed, but most importantly, my family were educators, and I let my family down. In the morning, my father woke me up, and he called me Moses. We went to church on Sunday. I'm thinking to myself, I'm down, I'm depressed. I let my family down. I'm embarrassed. But he woke me up in the morning and he called me Moses. Wake up, Moses. Get dressed, Moses. Don't be late, Moses. Tomorrow morning, son, I want you to write your goals down. When you get in the car tomorrow morning, just write your goals down. I got in the car the next day. I said, Dad, are you ready? Yeah, Dad. Okay, all right, Dad. I'm going to play in the NBA. Let's see, that's your problem, son. Your value system is screwed up. I didn't care about school. So I got to my new high school. I saw the thugs on the corner, but that wasn't the worst part. The worst part was when I passed the principal's office. He was 6'6", 240 pounds. Everybody else called him Mr. Bond. I called him Dad. My father transferred me to his high school in the hood. I said, Dad, I'm going to graduate college in 4 years. After I get my diploma, Dad. After I march across the stage, Dad. After I flip my tassel, Dad. Then I'm going to play in the NBA. And my father smiled and just shook his head. He says, okay, son, I like it. Here's what I want you to do. I want you to take it out and look at it every single day. Take your goals out and look at them every single day. Because here's why. When a shark locks in on a goal, it goes into a trance. When a shark gets locked in, it goes into a trance. With good habits, good rituals, great follow-up. Good habits, good rituals, great follow-up. I looked at those goals every single morning, and I went into a trance. If you want to be a pro, a real pro, you better get some habits and rituals, and you better do them all day, every day. Habits and rituals will make you a pro. We played the #1 team in the country. They had the #1 player in the country, and we beat them. And I outplayed the #1 player in the country. I got to school the next day. The school was going crazy. Great game, Walt, man. You was on fire. You put us on your back. Thank you. Thank you. I'm fighting through the crowd trying to go to the counselor's office. That game was over. It happened yesterday. But I'm in school now, and I'm not a ball player right now. I'm a student, and I was trying to get to the counselor's office, and here's why. I had a 2.9. And even though we beat the #1 team in the country, I outplayed the #1 player in the country, and all I cared about was getting to my coach's office. I got into the counselor's office, and she says, great game yesterday. Thank you. But can I ask you a question? I got a 2.9. What do I need to do to get a 3.0? She says, Walter, I was afraid you were going to ask me that. I mean, you're doing great now. But you were in such a hole. The 2.9 is the best that you can do. For the first time in my life, I was pissed off about school. For the first time in my life, I was pissed off about education. I'm not satisfied with being average. For the first time in my life, I cared about school. And my dad is right. But my value system was screwed up. And this thing produces. This family produces. I never started in college. In my senior year, I broke my foot twice. And I got offered a job to become a hospital administrator. But district managers, I got a phone call from my high school principal. What my daddy called him. It was my high school principal. You had a tough year. What's next? He said, can I ask you a question? You told me you're going to graduate college in 4 years, and you did it. But you told me you're going to play in the NBA. And you told me you're going to make more money in business than you did in sport. I want to ask this question, sir. Do you believe you're good enough to play in the NBA? My bottom lip started to twitch. My whole face started to spasm up. If you find any person who's doing great things, you already know they've overcome their adversity. So I want to challenge you right now. Whatever adversity is coming at you right now in your personal life, private life, in your family, your kids, you better handle your adversity, because the outcome and the result is going to be dependent on how you respond. When adversity comes to you, you better respond the right way because it's designed not to defeat you. It's designed not to destroy you. It was designed to increase your value